How's everyone doing? Yes, people, what's going on? I feel like I should be really like, yes, and which is 1-2-1 away at Man City. This is nuts. I did not see that coming. I really, really didn't. I'm not gonna, we did. I don't know what that game was. I don't think we deserved to win. I'll be honest with you, I think a point was very much fair. And I'll be honest, I think if City would have won, I think it'd have been very fair. What a weird game of football that was. What a weird game of football that was. Yes. Oh. Compose. Manchester City, or Man City, 1, Chelsea 2. A late winner from Marcos Alonso. In a massive game for top four, a huge game. I think a game that a lot of people in the last 4 games that we've got of the season, Man City, Arsenal, Leicester and Villa, I think everyone would probably have assumed that this one would have been the one that Chelsea dropped points in. Not saying that we won't do it in the other ones, but I think if you'd have had to put your money on one of the games dropping points, you probably would have put it on the Man City game. So, here we are. Here we are. We somehow have gone to the Etihad and shithoused a 2-1 win. There's no other way of saying it. A 2-1 win. The game was the most boring, dull thing I think I've ever seen in my life in the first half. And then it massively came to light in the 40 plus minutes, basically. It was a terrible, terrible error from Christensen. The AC Hive is not getting new members today. It's not getting new members in the AC penitentiary. It was poor from him. It really, really was. And he pulled his hamstring, which is, of course, gutting. And I hope he's going to be back soon. That's the beauty of why you have someone like Thiago Silva. That's the good option that you have, at least. Thiago Silva's going to fill in and do that job, which is okay. Christensen, either way, pulls his hamstring in the goal. The goal from Manchester City was a complete cock-up of errors. Mendy had to go to the ball. Dave had to go to the ball. Reece James was fuming. There was 2 men over at the back post. Billy Gilmour didn't quite know what to do. Kante didn't quite know what to do. It was just a shambles. It really, really was. They scored it. Raheem Sterling gets his first goal in something like 12 games, which is shocking if you ask me from him. But either way, he gets his goal. Fair play to him. It's pretty much a tap-in. And I looked at it really and I thought, that's going to be it. That's going to be the game. I didn't believe, I wasn't confident at all. I really wasn't, because of how we were playing. It was slow. It was lethargic. It was almost as if the game didn't matter. And it was almost like both teams were scared to lose. I didn't think Man City blew us away completely. But I don't think we did anything to really counteract that. It was just like both teams didn't want to lose, and all of a sudden the goal goes in and it was like, oh God, here we go, we've got to try and do something more. We've now got only half a game to go, and it was shit, if you ask me. Honestly, it was shit. But I don't know what happened at half time. The team talk must have worked, because second half we played so much better. Kante and Gilmour as a 2 in midfield does not work. It does not work. And the reason for that is slightly because we were playing Man City today. I mean, this is probably the best that we are going to play. I mean, they are Champions League finalists after all. Let's not forget ourselves, as are we. They're Champions League finalists. Fair play to them. They're a good side. Although they were playing a weird system, the weird system still probably could have helped our midfield too. Didn't. It really didn't. They massively struggled. And again, with their proper midfield in there, they would have been slaughtered, I think. Gilmour looked young and looked inexperienced. He had some good moments later on in the game, and he had played some really good forward passes when Jorginho was on. But that was when Jorginho was doing, I'm doing the keeping the ball thing. You don't have to worry about that. He was always ready to receive the ball, always ready to pass it off, Jorginho, and he did a lot better than Kante did. Kante wanted to do his stuff higher up the pitch, which basically left Billy Gilmour stranded against Rodri, and that's a mismatch. That's it. That's a mismatch. So yeah, it was a bit of a strange one for Billy Gilmour. I'm very happy he played better in the second half, but it still wasn't a good game, if you ask me, from the midfield or from the team in general. And it felt like a lot of the energy was coming from that midfield, and when they didn't know necessarily what to do, we were pretty much fucked. Jorginho comes on, it's a little bit better, it's a little bit more up-tempo. I can't actually remember when he scored. I think we scored the first goal before Jorginho came on. But we looked better after that. A little bit of fresh legs. Of course, we had to make the sub because of Christensen. Zuma came on. I thought he did well. Yeah. Let's very quickly, before we do that, talk about the penalty. Again, it's Billy Gilmour. It's poor. it's reckless, it's rash. The penalty that we could have given away at the end, the Zuma one, it's poor, it's reckless, it's rash. It's uncomfortable, and that's what we want to try and avoid. We probably played ourselves into those situations way too much today, and it's not something that I want to see more of at all. I love this playing out from the back thing. Also remember when it's not the right time to do it. Same thing with this kind of playing a high line and the high press. Also realise when it's not the right time to do it. And I said it in the game, it's fortune favours the bold. Do you want to go and get these 3 points, or are you happy with a point? And I'm not going to lie, I was happy with a point. I really, really was. I'd have shut up shop, and I think Manchester City would as well. I mean, because they don't play again until Friday. They've got enough rest. They'll go and blitz whoever the hell they're playing. And then life's over. Do you know what I mean? Okay, right, we just get ready for the Champions League final. I'm happy that we've now had to push them to go and have to properly play on Friday night against whoever it is that they've got. I can't remember. I think it's Newcastle, I believe. But regardless, it's a weird result. It's a weird result. Let's talk about our goal, the first one. Can't bloody remember it now. It's Hakim Ziyech, who I thought actually was really poor in the game today. He got his goal, so he's always going to get a little bit higher rating and a bit more higher praise. I thought he was really poor. I really, really did. But given the opportunity, given that moment, he takes it really well. It's a great effort. It's a great strike. And it shows that you don't always have to aim for the far post, mate. You don't always have to try and bend it in the top bins all the time. He goes near post. He scored a couple of goals like that, going low. And I think he almost wanted to step up to the occasion today and did it the wrong way. Eventually, he got the opportunity to do it and make up for those mistakes that he'd made. But I didn't think it was his best game today at all in a Chelsea shirt, if you ask me. Either way, Chelsea go 1-0 up. The ball's well won back from, I can't remember who. I think it is actually Ziyech that might put in the foot in, and then Dave wings it back and they drive up the pitch. I think it was Ziyech. That was brilliant, but I didn't think that he necessarily did a lot today that helped out massively. Werner, I didn't think it was his best game. He obviously had the ball in the back of the net twice, disallowed for offside, rightfully so as well, let's not lie to ourselves. And also as well, we had Callum Hudson-Odoi's one that was ruled out for offside. Again, correct decision, it was offside, fair enough. Then the winner comes round, and it's Marcos Alonso who's popped up with it. I don't love Alonso, I can't lie. I still think he's slow as hell, but he scores goals. He finds himself in the right place at the right time. He's a handy person to have around completely. I think he's slow. I think him with Jorginho and Thiago Silva as a 3 definitely don't work. Definitely don't work at all. We found that out in the West Brom game. But he scores goals, he gets himself in these opportunities, and he arrives places where he probably shouldn't, creates mismatches, and here we are. I mean, it wasn't exactly an elite finish. He deflected it on from one foot onto the other and loops it over Ederson. It's fantastic. I don't give a shit. It's called pure shithousery. But that's a massive result for us. That is an absolutely massive result for us. It takes us into the top 4 comfortably. We go 3rd above Leicester, who obviously dropped points last night to Newcastle. Thank you very much to Joe Willock and co. I'm very, very happy. I really am happy. Maybe I don't feel it because it wasn't like, oh, we dominated them game, you know. We played all right in the second half, but we were shit in the first half, honestly. We didn't create a lot of opportunities, but the ones that we did, we took them. It's the different side to what we normally used to seeing. Normally we create a shitload of chances and miss a shitload of chances. Today we managed to have a few chances and score them. But, you know, these games are never perfect. You know, these big clashes, these Super League clashes, if you saw that in the Super League, you'd be fuming. But they're never big fixtures, you know, and often live up to big hype and big occasions. But all you've got to do is go and win them. And that's what Chelsea have done here. It's a massive 3 points for us. We play Arsenal, of course, on Wednesday as our next game. Then we've got the cup final against Leicester. And then Leicester in the league, literally a few days later before rounding off the season, in the league at least, against Aston Villa. So there's a lot of content coming up from me. There's a lot of big games coming up for Chelsea. I understand why we played the weakened side. Manchester City don't really have a weakened side. So, hey, look, I think it's one of them. I'm really happy. I'm over the moon. And it also means I can react to expressions now, because if Chelsea would have lost, I wouldn't have been able to do it because I've just been hated on. So, there's a big video coming tomorrow about expressions. Anyway, thank you for watching. If you're new around here, make sure you like, share and subscribe. And, yeah, an absolutely buzzing performance for me. Not because we were brilliant, just because we got the result. And that's what football is sometimes, results. So, yeah, thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe. Massive result for top 4 that. And I'll see you later. A lot of big games. Make sure you subscribe. See ya.